looking for a peek. Tabson boosted over the double stack box, but Edward has an angle already. Tabson taken out, Simple expecting him. Simple off to a good start. Never shy to go full FPL mode in a major.
Yes, we are just making sure he can keep those CTs honest. They want to push that short position. They want to get information. What is Big doing? Where are they going on the map? And Big haven't really given away too much. We can see Navi are making another effort here, looking down towards that short position in middle with Edward, looking to see what is Big up to. But we're going to see that smoke on the way to short from long. Here it is from Gobby's perspective. And that's going to make life very difficult for Navi to defend from short as Big rush this long position into A.
There we go, smoke on that short area, and there's nobody lurking there just yet. Simple, he's blind, he's got a CT on short, having to fall back to Gandalf, but the frags keep coming for the CT side. Bomb has dropped, it's inside the ramp as well. That is disastrous for Big. They don't have the guns to take these ranges either. Smear versus 4, double pick coming in for the CTs, running out of bullets, running out of time. Simple with another frag in that round, 2 in total, and that is a comfortable CT round for Navi.
Yeah, just shutting it down. I like that from Big. We didn't see an overcomplication from them. I think, you know, you have to strike that balance between having a good strat, not making it too elaborate, keeping your players together so you can trade out on this T side. But just this is that level of preparedness from Navi. They played a very safe setup. They coordinated their players. They had that strong presence on short, and they just hit the shots. Great start for them on that CT side, and we know that it can be awkward if you get off to a bad start, and it could still be a bad start, James. Smear's on that scout, and Big have gone with this force buy. They've got a lot of utility to back it up with.
That Molotov needs work, having to expend another one early. Won't make too much difference, though, at this point in the run. Now, Big are very well equipped, Tizian and Gobby, with plenty of grenades. Problem is, if one of those players gets taken out early, that may mean a hole in the execute they have in mind. Big with possession of short. Zeus will remain by blue on long, playing an off angle. Some preemptive grenades. That's a meaty one on Tizian. That's what I'm talking about. Again, he's got no Kevlar. You can do 101 damage with a grenade to somebody with no Kevlar, but he still has his 2 flashes and his Molotov.
And I think this is, you know, you can already see Navi got this really cool setup here. It'll be very strong to deal with this A set piece when all the smokes and flashes and Molotovs come in. You've got some good positions to stop a bomb plant. That's Electronic there on the graffiti position. You can see him right there on your cameras. His job will be to stop that bomb plant. That's what Big are really playing for. If they can get that and get a couple extra kills, maybe they have a chance to maybe win the round as well. It's going to be difficult for them, especially now Navi know that this is coming.
I really want to see HEs behind this smoke, because this is a setup smoke. They're using this to get more space to deploy grenades further towards that A site, and there's no answer because they've thrown the HEs already, Navi, and here comes the push now. The numbers game being abused by Big. Electronic in a goose position. There are counter flashes from long, and he gets his first kill. That's the bomb spotted, and then they just continue to get thinned out here by these CTs. Simple. Oh, wait, we've got 2 kills, and now it's a cleanup for Navi. So 2 players are lost, but again, oh, look, double hanging. All right, there we go. So that's a smoke we're seeing a lot on Dust 2 from T size, and I really want to see HEs held late because, as you will see, Big stand behind that smoke to get Molotovs towards the ramp position so you can't hide behind the box, things like that. So I think there are some counters to come as we continue to play more Dust 2.
And it was really cool there to see that Navi read the play from Big perfectly, and they knew to have flashes for Electronic. Repeated. They had repeated flashes for Electronic. Most teams do not do that or have that level of detail. So Navi coming in with quite some preparation here as well, as we'll see them just cleaning up this eco rounds, just some Glocks here, running forwards, just making a quick go of it, and it's all very fast. That's how we like it on the anti-eco. Get it over with. And Navi, James, they are, I mean, it's very early days, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from Navi so far.
Especially important on the CT side of Dust 2. Big have only got 3 kills in those 3 rounds, so Navi have more money than they otherwise might, which is very important on a map such as this. It can be very expensive, even if you win a round on Dust 2. So we'll see. Talking about SMGs, Edward and Simple will continue with them for the time being. Now, if they can put people close towards long with those SMGs, that will be something. Zeus and Simple going in that direction. And again, you've got Zeus back behind blue. This is an off angle. If he plays with 2 players, then Simple can be the bait, and maybe Zeus picks up 2. So we'll have to see how they continue their setup. An aggressive take of the walls there. And that may slow Big down. Tabson's moving up towards that short position in the meantime.
Yeah, so good space here for Big. Pretty average timings to take that short position away. Navi still have long, and that's something that's really important for the CTs. But still having two players there does spread them a bit thin. If Big were to, for example, just rush a set piece onto the A site, it might be difficult to get there in time. But Navi have mid open as well, so if there was a B split here from Big, that would be very strong. And Smooya's looking for someone to peek from the window. If someone does peek from that window, it will be quite difficult for him. And Big, looks like they're figuring out, James, exactly where Navi are playing from.
Look how much utility Big still have at this point in the rounds. That has not gone for, oh yeah, yes it has, it's spreading. Oh, simple, as the escape he does. But now there's a smoke down. What do Big do with this? 30 seconds, and they're looking for a late split of the A bomb site. And there is Simple taken out, trying to get for it, the info. He still has Zeus to hold down a long position, spraying, trying to delay, but now the push comes up short.
Electronic, what can he do with the FAMAS here? They don't have as good guns, but he makes it work. That's one frag he needs. Zeus to stay alive in that long position so he doesn't get flanked. And still holding on. 10 seconds to plant this bomb. Time is really running out now for Big. They've got to force the issue. Tizian will do so. Gobi planting the bomb with 3 seconds to spare. And it's just Flaming Edward left now, trying to force their way back in. Almost every frag. Tizian for the ace. Can he do it? Pulls out the clock. Oh! Can't quite make it work. Oh my goodness, that was so close.
Absolutely down to the wire. It can take 7 Glock shots to kill somebody who has Kevlar, and you see the difficulties there. Great effort from Tizian, though, with 4 kills in that round. But Navi managed to hold on. They use Simple as an information man with the SMG, jumping through the smoke on long. They still have Zeus even if he goes down, and the information is crucial for Navi at that point. So they take the risk, they expend a man, and they manage to keep the numbers. I did wonder about the short plant because the CTs could have jumped to stop it, or even like boosted or just jumped and sprayed. Either way, that was a very, very close one for Navi. But 4-0 is the score. Now Simple has an AWP.
And that's never a good look. And man, such an important round for Big to win. You can see having to work with pistols now, just trying to force their way through on long. Electronic will easily deal with that, so the quick 5v4 here for Navi. They start to feel this pressure onto this A-bomb side as Big speed up the pace. Simple out of position though, but once again, Electronic is so good at just delaying Big on that slow position on A. That Simple, doesn't matter that he's out of position. Electronic just does the job by himself.
But they're still pushing the short position. They know that Tabson dropped the bomb there, and they're fighting for, they've abandoned long completely. They can win the round on short if they continue to hold that bomb. The CZ and the scout left, 1 kill in the mid position. But that's about it. Flamey going to have a look at long. There's nothing there. 2 smokes down in the short area. Simple standing on the bomb. Now, if you are on that ridge, if someone's in CT spawn, you can see shadows from certain angles, so you've got to be careful about that. But here we are. It's about damage at this point. Double peek is coming in. As this smoke goes, they'll see each other on the radar, but who will have the advantage first? Electronic boosted. Smooya waiting. Next looking towards B in the meantime. The Glock is out, and that was always going to happen. Next now, 4 HP versus the 4 players of Navi.
And not all that much you can do. And there it is. Very clean and clinical right there from Zeus right at the end. 5-0 for Navi. Big. I'm sure they have a lot of tricks to go to, and we can start to see the AWP back in play. Hopefully, Smooya will pick that up. Indeed, Smooya's going to go for that AWP. So, full grenade set coming in from Big, as well as full rifles, everything that you could possibly want. And right now, Navi is just playing 1 AWP, and I know that they can go to 2 if they want to, so that's something that they want to keep in the hole for later if they need to adapt, or maybe pick one up. If they win this round, they can take Smooya's AWP. And here comes the fast long take from Big, something you see very often from these T sites. He's going to go all the way forwards. They will flash him further in, but Navi, they're not going to contest this, James. They're just going to back away. Yeah,
but they've got to focus on shorts. If you lose long, you have to take shorts and vice versa. So they start to head in that direction. But they really don't know, and a team like Big they've earned the respect of their opponents in this major so far, so Navi won't charge towards there in case it's a trap. You never know with the likes of Gobi on your opponent's side. Smooya looking towards that car position, Molotov out, clearing the corners with plenty of time on the clock. Now, Big have 1 flashbang left, and that might be an issue because they've got no frags just yet.
Yeah, and I think Navi right now, they have all the information. They've pushed the B tunnels, so they've got Edward already on the flank. They know it's going to be a long play onto the A site, and they're starting to position everyone to make sure they're okay, to be safe against that flame. He's holding on to middle. Tabson will catch Edward, but there is 45 seconds left now for Big to make the play. They don't really have enough time to go for that B rotation, it would be very risky.
We can see the smoke grenade timing from Navi. They put a forward smoke. The CTs could be behind that. They could be either side of that smoke, and that could be to Big's disadvantage, so they're stuck for the time being. The clock continuing to run down. Simple has one flash, but he's holding short. Now Electronic's in that position, and they can focus more on a long position, and Simple's going to have a lot to do here. Can't really pull out the flashbang when he's got an AWP. The smokes obscure the angle, and they're going to creep up on him. He's going to be crazy, but no, Tizian takes him out, and that might just be the round. 5 versus 3. How can Navi retake this?
I'm not sure that they can. James, they're in so much trouble. So out of position indeed, a 2 versus 5 for them now as they go back and save what they have. And it's really interesting because, you know, Navi, they had that doubt because Big kill Edwards, who's flanking. And if Edwards stays alive there, then obviously Navi always know what Big are going to be doing. But because he dies, now they're thinking, you know what, they could actually rotate to B, and we're really out of position. If they do that, we're just going to lose the round. So we have to find out what's going to happen. They push short for the information just as a long push comes in. And so that information play cost them the round.
Yeah, but also Big are waiting so long, they're exhausting all the utility of Navi. They can't stop a bomb plant with Molotovs and so on. There aren't enough counter flashes to stop the push. They're trying to read the timing. That was warm.
Wasn't expecting that.
They're trying to read the timing, and you sort of forward smoke and so on, but it's still not really doing the job, at least in that round. But they do have a 4-round lead again. The money is was in a good spot for Navi, but of course, buying up is always expensive for a CT side.
Indeed, you want those consecutive rounds. So what can Navi do in this one? Will they mix it up at all? I think, you know, so far we've seen them reading the game pretty well, just playing the basics out, and that's been working out, so there's no reason to really change that. You can see Big, though, very big change of pace here. Edward, he is prepared, though. Throws the Molotov forwards and takes down God B, gets the information. Some spray through the doors will do some additional damage next on half health as now Navi rotates, and they have a 5v4 and maximum utility. This is not too bad for Navi, actually.
Yes, they have plenty of utility, but do they know how to use it on the retake? Zeus taken down. Not expecting Tabson to be in that position, and that's one meaty grenade. Now, Nex's position can be, you can bounce HEs off the back wall to that Xbox. So let's see, we've got Big's utility coming in first. Electronic is outside, but does he have the Molotov to go underneath? Oh, more mollies are still here. Flamey trying to force his way in, and this is not working out for Navi. This may send him to eco territory. They're having to retreat.
Can they hold on to their guns, though? You know that Big will want to hunt them down. They know that they need to save these guns. And here comes an additional challenge there for Electronic, but he is going to crush everyone, keeping his weapon alive just for a moment longer, but ultimately only to be taken down by the bomb. But getting some additional damage there, preventing some of those guns going into the hands of Big in the following round. But their money is going to start to grow here. As you mentioned, James, Navi are not going to be able to... Actually, they have an AWP on Simple save. They can afford another one. They're actually going to go for this.
Ooh, full FPL mode may have been activated. I do wonder what we will see. Spreading the wealth. A tactical timeout for Navi to figure out the maths behind this. So again, even though Navi had, I mean, look at how much utility Navi had, but you saw constant perfect timings with the Molotovs from the T side towards the window again and again and again. And just for the people at home, you want to molly the window, you don't want to smoke the window. If you smoke it, the CTs can burst through with a flashbang, so you only see Molotovs there, generally speaking, in a professional match. So even if Navi did have retake ideas in mind, there was just too many flames.
Yeah, they handled it really well, and I think, you know, that kill on the flank where Zeus goes down trying to unexpectedly towards T-spawn, I think that's a really big deal as well. Creates a lot of safety for Big. If Zeus can further push that position, the defense becomes harder to hold with that flank presence. So that's, even though that was, you know, very early on in the retake, it is very impactful too. It's all the small things, and we'll be back into it. So double up here for Navi, and an M4 FAMAS, UMP. They've got a good amount of nades here as well, so they have a strong ability to contest to start things off, because they really want to fight if they possibly can, but Big, they're playing a slow start. Navi being very active now, rotating 2 players immediately into CT spawn, so Navi really trying to see if they can get ahead of the game here.
Flamey has one flashbang. He's in that long position. Zeus is in the ramp. So if they start to push long Big, then there is some support. Flamey on his way over there, but no, Tizian's been left, I think, boosted. And Big will make inroads elsewhere. Lots of detail here. Lots of great grenade juice, as we mentioned. Got the pop flashes as well. If there's any people standing on the end of the balcony, the corner of the balcony to drop off, they would be blind from that flashbang unless they were staring at the wall. Very meticulous. And that's a smoke grenade which allows the T's to come through without being seen from the B window. Now, if there is somebody boosted in the position you see Electronic in, you can wallbang that, by the way. Oh, he didn't see. He didn't see. He didn't see him. Is it a 4x3 thing?
Oh my God.
He didn't see him. That massive cap.
Oh my goodness. That is a devastating position. If Electronic can just peek up, they're looking for it though. Gobi checks it. Great cognizance of the position, but Simple now put into play in that B position. Wrapping around the doors once again. He is dancing around Big at the moment. Looks to be a third on the cards here for Simple, but that is Smooya. And Zeus coming in from short now. Tizian trying to save the day, but there's just not really all that much time left to do anything here. It's a game of damage, and maybe he can at least get some additional damage in there, but Simple's done more than enough. Beautiful stuff from him.
3 players surviving for the CT side. The T's can still buy, so the pressure will continue for Navi, but it's a good lead for the time being. Of course, it is still very early in this half of Dust 2. Looking like close rounds, small edges. Simple, he's a giant edge just on his own. Great play from him. Unlucky not to get the third shot on the arm, but they won the round regardless. All right then, Smooya will have an AWP, 4 AKs for the remainder of the team, and they may not have as much utility as they might have liked. Bouncing, flashes off the wall, but there will be an exchange of frags on long, and Edward will feel comfortable trying to hold on to things here with the Molotov in the doors.
Pretty impressive of Gobi to get that kill there, just standing in the flames, being throwing additional grenades in his face and just dies on his sword, but gets a frag out of it. That's going to go quite far here for Big, the 4v4. You usually can have a good guess as to how CTs will react to that initial 4v4 early on, but Big looks like they want to speed things up here. They don't want to play slow rounds. They want to go
There's
for the
the
set
HE.
piece.
That's the HE I was talking about. It's taken half of Tabson away and half of Smooya away. Meaty HEs.
Impact. High impact and additional nades to follow that. That will force Big to move forwards into Flamey's AWP. This is not a good look at all, James. For Big right now, they're getting annihilated. Just 2 players left. How can they make it across to plant the bomb?
There's one CT up the ramp as well, but hasn't found the angle just yet. Hello, goodbye. That's a nice burst from Edward. Vintage Edward coming out. 7-2 in favor of Navi. Still, again, surviving with 3 players, though there's no plant for Big, and they won't have the money to buy in this particular round.
We are seeing playoff form here from Navi. They look very, very calm in their execution so far. Just great shots here from Flamey. Another day at the office for him. And Big are starting to struggle, James. They had a lot of options there. You get a 4v4 very early on your T side. On Dust 2, it's usually very difficult for the CTs to play that situation because the rotations are really big. Where do you cheat that extra player to? It's so hard. But still, Navi handle it comfortably.
Simple and Zeus on long once again. Generally speaking, we've seen Zeus on the ramp. Oh, Flamey saying hello as well. 2 P250s and 2 Glocks for Big. It is a gauntlet run. Eco rounds kind of suck on Dust 2. Not much you can really get out of them in most cases. Double peek. So they'll use that to try and distract. The bomb is heading towards a short position, but Electronic is still holding down the site. There's a frag, but Simple and Zeus are in position. No plant for Big. They got 1 kill out of that, and that's pretty much all you can ask for, really.
Yeah, and this is amazing. We have seen a lot of the Dust 2s be quite CT-sided, which I think some people wouldn't have expected, but Navi right now, they must be feeling so comfortable. Big haven't really found a consistent way to attack this Navi defense. Navi have been playing pretty simple. They haven't really been taking any big risks. They're just making themselves, just they're trying to read their opponent's game. They're trying to just play it by the book. And so far, that's just working out, just using those incredibly good players. Electronic anchoring that A-bomb site. Simple doing whatever he wants with the AWP. And that's a good place for them to be. And Big, they need something to turn it around right here. And they don't have full utility. Now working on some map control. The defaults look to be taking short soon, one would imagine. They haven't been abusing those fast long takes in a lot of rounds, it seems, James.
1 minute 20, a lot less utility for Big than maybe they want at this point, from what we've seen in the previous rounds. Still waiting out the CTs. Getting curious towards long. Being aggressive, Navi.
Oh, nice.
Very nice indeed. Zeus moving back now, leaving Flamey on long with the AWP, but he spots the player through the door, and Zeus will be the rotator. Ooh, Gobi. Oh, he just saw a leg. But he has to fall back.
Navi is so good at reading the movements of Big. They understand where Big are going to be in their defaults. The timing of some of those grenades from Navi have been spot on as to the pace that Big are playing. But speaking of pace, Big are going to turn up that pace. It looks like going for that B-split smoke in middle, and that's going to start pressuring this Navi defense. There's 30 seconds left, so surely they're going for Electronic straight through the smoke. Taken out, though, by Smooya. Perhaps a chance now in this round for Big as Flamey tries to get to grips, but can Simple slow this play down as he's being crunched from both sides? He's got support, and Edward does a fantastic job. They can't seem to get to Simple.
15 seconds remain, and Simple is still alive on the side, just hiding. I have no idea he's there. Great flick from Simple. 3-on-1, and Simple's going nuclear on the B bomb site. 3 kills for him. Big had the low smoke and the high smoke in mid, which stopped Flamey being able to help them once that push came through. But there was so much information there for the CTs, seeing 3 people through double doors, and Simple is full FPL mode on the B bomb site. He had the footsteps.
Oh my God.
He heard the footsteps, which allowed him to scope in early, and then it was just a simpler correction after that, making it look easy.
Simple as a force of nature. How do you stop that? And it's so reminiscent to me, seeing, some of Astralis's, playoff form where it's just so hard to just gain any space into these bomb sites. Maybe you can get a bomb site, but you take so much damage. And you can see tabseN very animated right now. They're starting to feel the pressure, James, because they absolutely went into this match, into this first map, into this T side, thinking that they were going to have a way better time of things. But right now, Navi are shutting them down with just the basics.
Yeah, this is not going the way Big planned. And with all the preparation we know they do for all these matches, when you think you have so much up your sleeve and Navi just rip your sleeves off, it's got to be annoying. Where are your sleeves now? 7-round lead for Navi. 14 seconds remain in this timeout. Still they talk. $3,000 per person for Big. So we're likely looking at double figures here for Navi.
It's really interesting to see how animated tabseN is. He's doing all the talking right now. Godby completely silent. The experienced man, you expect him to maybe be sharing the words with the team, but everyone's just listening intently right now to tabseN as he seemingly is calling the shots here in this timeout.
Well, it can be depending on what information each player is getting positionally as things continue. They're doing this every round. They're doing this at this timing, so let's do this. This is how we avoid it. So you'll always have players of information to share. Those are the current odds from Betway. See if Big can make the comeback. 2 AWPs continue for Navi. Flamey's been quite on point, and speaking of which, Simple's turn now in mid versus the Pistols. Warm-up round, but has he seen the player below his scope? He's got Electronic for support. Frags the 3rd player, frags the 4th player. And next is the last one remaining. It seems there may be no damage in this round for Big, no. 2-10, Navi looking very dominant indeed.
And now things start to get really scary because Big might be facing this reality where they don't even have enough rounds if they get to that second half. And what if they lose the pistol? It doesn't bear thinking about at this point. They need to get a couple more at the very least just to have a second half in them. And double orbs comes out. So tabseN and Smooya, they're looking to get that big damage with those sniper rifles. A more pick-based play, perhaps. Smooya goes for a pick onto the B bomb site. Can he find something? Yes, he will. Big get an opening, a 5v4 early on. That is the dream of every T side on Dust 2.
Now, how will Navi react to that? Simple and Electronic going towards the CT position and Zeus being left alone on long for the time being. So it looks like they want to put more defenses towards B, and now they're crossing. So we've got basically 3 B at this point for the CT side, but they don't really have anything more than that frag from Smooya. Simple taking tabseN out, and that's the bomb as well. Although it's still retrievable, and he's going back to have another look. Not shy at all, just running by. Okay, there's the bomb. Double flashes in mid to pick up the bomb, and the bomb's still not picked up.
And I love that. You know, Navi, they know, simple. He's a tool to be used. If you're behind, he's got an AWP. Make him take the risks as more risks will be taken. Navi take control of upper B. That gives them all the information they need. They know exactly what Big are doing. Edward has such a fast timing. He's got the silence them 4. They won't even see it coming. Next goes down, and that's the problem for Big. They know they've been spotted. They know they have to make a move now. Not by choice. They are forced, and they're going to have to go into that A bomb site, but they're all spread out, James. They're being picked apart.
Navi coming into a no-respect game, peaking for fun and getting almost every single frag. Tizian now just going for KD, won't get that either. A dominant half for and start strat sheet because nothing seems to be going their way. And now Navi are taking absolute liberties. They're in CT spawn, T spawn, B, A, everywhere.
And one of the things here is you wonder, okay, Big, it's got to feel really bad for a team like them. They've had a 5v4 more than, I think, at least 3 times, at least 2 times, for sure, that I can remember in recent memory, and they haven't converted at all on it. And that's something you need to be able to do. Convert on those 5v4's advantages on Dust 2. And Big, they go aggressive in this round. They go for a fast pace towards A, and it's so far, again, they're taking a lot of damage as they make their way across, and Navi know exactly how they're moving on the map.
Another early disadvantage. They've got next to no utility. They are a utility-based team. Tabson on a grill. Smee on a scout.
Oh.
Okay then, Mr. Godby. Lead by example. Get what you can out of this half. 4 rounds will be something, and they do definitely need both.
Yeah, maybe there's a chance now. I mean, you need to really lean on Tabson and Smee, especially in these situations. But as you say, Godby's trying to do what he can. They're trying to bust into that site. A 1v1, 2 in fact for Electronic, 3, and he nails it every single time. Now just Tizian left to do damage from the long position. And can he get some damage, just at least to just get some kills on the board to maybe feel better about this situation? Because right now it is a horrible one. There's no sugarcoating it. He's going to push forwards. They know exactly where he is. They've got the bomb on short. There's no illusions here for Tizian about winning this round, but at least maybe he can make it hurt for Navi at the very least.
He's got to try. He's got 30 seconds. They can't afford to lose even 1 round, so he's got to go for it. He has time to do it, but the odds are not very great. The smoker's gone now, and he hasn't crossed. That's a problem. Now the double peek is possible. The flank continues, but Zeus will pick up an AWP, and that is 12-2 for Navi. And
I think one of the things about this game, James, I think we're really not seeing, Smee and Tabson, in positions where they can really succeed. We're seeing it be the case that it's very difficult for them to get into position, and that's because Navi, they're reading the movement of Big very well. They know their timings very well, and their individuals are being set up to succeed. And that's something that needs to change here for Big moving forwards in this last round. Can they get 3?
Navi seems to be getting stronger and stronger. Like there's more oxygen in the air. They're growing, they're evolving. A takeoff long once again, Flamey moving around the smokes, and Big starts slow. 2 rifles, 3 pistols. This is the last round of the first half, and they're looking for only their 3rd round on the board. Again, we've got some grenades in the middle area, a CT smoke, a counter smoke from the CTs towards that B tunnel, and on short as well. And now what do Big do? They have 1 flash, 1 smoke, and 3 Molotovs. That's all they have left, and Navi continue to push.
Oh, Electronic, he's changed up his position. We haven't seen this setup before. Another smoke put forward. That will delay things further for Big. And again, it just seems like Navi, they've got such a good beat on the positioning of Big every single round. And Electronic is just waiting to be set up. And they can play a bait setup with Flamey. Flamey will take the peek with the AWP, and then they'll try to trade him out and gain ground. And hello, there's Electronic. Or there's the flash to confirm information. And that's one way to do it. Oh my god, it's a massacre, James. 4 players dead immediately off the back of 1 spray. And maybe that just sums up this game.
It is Garden Hose on the short position. Once again, Tizian is left alone to do what he can. That's got to be frustrating as well. All your teammates are dead. Nothing you could really do at that point. And there we go. Tizian finishes with 7 kills, Smee with 6, Tabson next with 4, Godby with 3. So it has not really been the half for Big Clan at all. Navi looking very, very strong in this first half.
This is playoff Navi. They are very focused. They're playing in front of a stage. It powers them up, and this is what they live for. And you can see they're delivering that experience, really making this a smooth situation for them. And Big, on the other hand, I don't know if they over-prepared or what's going on for them, but they can't find their footing.
Yeah, that was really, really rough. And now, first comes the pistol, 1 round at a time. But that's 1 round 13 times for them to, well, 14 times to win this. The margin for error is very, very small indeed. We're about to start in the second half, so it is everything or nothing. Big have to win this pistol round.
Deep breaths all around as it comes down to this here. This is a map that Big need to win. The underdogs in this series, supposedly a strength of theirs, this Dust 2. And here goes Simple. He's just straight out of the gate. He's been unleashed. Oh, well, it's actually Zeus there. The HUD needs to be refreshed. And as we switch back over to Gob, they're trying to just defend this A-bomb side. Maybe use that USP long-range advantage. Not quite going his way. And every shot that's missed is an extra foot gained of space for Navi as they take control of the long position. And they set up this push. And it is going to be scary.
No grenades to stop them from planting the bomb. Just the flashes. Gobi in the smoke for the time being. Oh, he's picked this up. They know it, though. And they're shooting straight at the box. And I'm not surprised that they prepared for that one. The bomb's on the floor for the time being, but they still got a man advantage, Navi. Tizian waiting for head to appear. Got to be careful, though. Smoke's dissipating. Putting out a grenade. They're exposed. Triple peek from the T's. And that's the second pistol for Navi. 14-2 for Navi.
Everything is going right for Navi at the moment. And it's not hard to see why. They're just such a good unit, and they're coming together on this one very well. And individually, just everyone's just been doing their job and been executing things so well. It's good to see Navi in this kind of shape, but it's more about whether Big can just get their heads into the game here. They have to go for the force buy, of course, and the CT force buy on Dust 2 is just so difficult.
Yeah, the last thing you want to see there is tired gimmicks. That was going to get old very, very quickly indeed. Not hard to line up a shot when you know where they're going to be standing on the box, and there's a perfect example. Force buy for Big, no other choice really. A smoke and a flash, a scout on Tabson, and some pistols here and there. And they wait for Navi to impose their will. Double peek coming in. Navi looking very focused at these major finals.
Yeah, this is again, just a great round. Everyone just set up to spring the attack based off of the information, off of the Mach 10 push, and Easy does it. How do you retake? How do you retake here? You don't have utility. You don't have guns. You don't have position. You don't have enough players. They might need 8 players to retake this, James, and that's not how Counter-Strike works. So it's a tough one, and they're in this dilemma now. Ooh, that's okay. Okay, maybe they can get something going. They get a frag. Is there a gun to be collected?
They were already saving. Tabson was moving away from the window position, and I think it was Simple who peeked him. Because he had the molly. I was wondering if they were going to go for that retake, but again, as you said, they're probably better resetting and starting in better positions in the next round, even though the score will be worse. They'll be facing game point, and a lot of them. Samir can't really peek too much. Definitely wants to hold on to that AK, but he can bait for next. And just maybe he'll pick something up. A kill with the Mach 10 would work as well, but he finds the AK, and that will be even better. 15-2 now. Navi at game point versus Big.
And the amazing thing is that, you know, if you were looking at this round just in isolation, you're like, oh, that's actually like a really good force buy round. You know, it started off very badly, but they managed to get 2 AKs from it and keep some armors, like 4 armors alive. That's great. But then you look at the overall context of the game, you're like, oh my god, if they lose another round, it's over. So there's no looking back now for Big. No looking back. They're going to have to make one hell of a comeback. We've seen many in this major so far. But do they have the resilience for that? Navi with a fast take of long there. Simple leading the charge. In fact, isolated away from his teammates due to the Molotov, and they'll try to finish him off, jumping around the corner. But Simple will devour God B, and there's no one else to trade him.
I wonder if that second Molotov was to stop the T's from running out towards blue, but either way, it doesn't work for the CTs, but they have a man advantage for now. Do they have any retrievable guns? Simple still creeping up long. And Electronic's been taken out. I don't know if the bomb has fallen into CT or not, but Edward is alone. They know where he is now, and he's up against 2 AK-47, so it's not the end just yet. No, the bomb is still on that short position. At least there's that. He is ill-equipped with the range he has, but maybe, just maybe,